I know he will rise again in the resurrection in the last day. Here's the beautiful words of Jesus. Jesus said to her in verse 25, I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. And everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this? I love this because of so many reasons. First of all, listen to the words of Jesus. I am the resurrection and the life. Not, I will be resurrected. Not, I will resurrect those who die. I am the resurrection and the life. See, the beauty of Easter is not the fact that Jesus was resurrected. The beauty of Easter is that Jesus is the resurrection. We don't celebrate any other resurrection, do we? I mean, resurrection's a big thing. If it were all just about the resurrection, Lazarus, we're just reading a story here, he was resurrected. Pretty cool. You know what we find so interesting about this passage? Jesus wept. That's our favorite part. It's beauty because it shows the compassion of Jesus, isn't it? We'll get to that in just a second. Jesus wept, that's what we like. Lazarus rose from the dead after being dead for 4 days. So what? Jesus was only dead 3 daes. Like, that's the important part. Jesus beat Lazarus by a day. That makes him better. Come on. Like, is that really what it's all about? But that's what we do, isn't it? I remember the Carmen song. I love this. Do you remember the Carmen song? I don't know if any of you know who Carmen is. I listened to it growing up. Some of you who maybe were Christians later, or still maybe young like me, but don't remember it because you became Christians later. I grew up on Carmen and Keith Green. Like, these were the people that I listened to. And Carmen had a song called Sundays on the Way. And in the thing, there's this conversation with this kind of demon, he's kind of talking for the demons, and he says, yeah, remember he raised Lazarus from the dead. He says, yeah, but Jesus said he'll only be dead 3. Like, that was the big thing. Oh, it's 3 days. He beat him this close. Jesus by a nose. I mean, that's kind of what we've turned this into. Like, this is the big thing. And I'm not mocking Jesus being dead only 3 days. That's pretty cool. I mean, none of you have done it. So, that's pretty impressive. Right? But this is not the focus. Like, this is not the point, but this is what we have made the point. The point is not how long he died. The point is not that he was resurrected. The point is that he is the resurrection and the life. What he's saying at this point is that you today, who find your identity in Jesus Christ through the death, burial, resurrection, not because he was resurrected, but because he is the resurrection, are now alive in Christ and will not die. When your physical body dies, it's not death. You're still alive. It's still you. The same you before that body died is the same you after that body died. You are restored with Christ always. Today, in your flesh, you're with Christ because he is the resurrection. Anyone who believes in me shall never die. And yet we go, wait a minute, we die, don't we? I physically die? What was Jesus saying? I physically die. No. The real you never dies. Today, new life has begun. Today, it is fresh. Today, you are embodied in not the resurrection that happened, the resurrection who is. I am the resurrection and the life. This is so beautiful to me. When I read this and thinking about Easter, and I was just and mulling over this, I just stopped at those words. I am the resurrection and the life. I love this. It's beautiful. Jesus does it a lot, especially throughout the book of John. He makes a lot of statements. He says, I am the bread of life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Listen, you may be saying, man, God, if you would just provide me answers. Jesus says, I am the truth. I just don't know what I'm doing with my life and I need direction. I am the way. I just don't feel like there's any meaning. It's okay. I am the life. But God, I've done so many things wrong. It's okay. I am the resurrection. I am the new life. This is meaningful. It doesn't start on a far-off event. We don't have to wait for the day that this body dies. Today I partake in the resurrection. Today I partake in new life. Eternity began at the moment that I believed and gave my life to him. I am already on eternity's journey. So what I do now matters, because what I do now affects eternity. Because I am an eternal being. I'm connected with him in this. Now, there is no end. I can't fathom not having a beginning. But now in Christ, I can start to realize what it might be to never not exist. I shall always be. Because Jesus Christ is the resurrection. And it doesn't matter what you've done, and it doesn't matter the past that you're hanging on to. None of this matters because he's the resurrection. Not because he was resurrected. And I know that sounds so bad, that Easter's not important because of the resurrection. That sounds blasphemous, I know. But it's because he is the resurrection. Because that's the only... Here's the thing, we look at Easter and we think this is so special. Jesus was resurrected. Duh! He was the resurrection. That was the only option. Think this through. He is the resurrection. Had he walked away and gotten hit by a drive-by donkey, he would have lived again because he is the resurrection. Nobody resurrected Jesus. He is the resurrection. Jesus can't die. He can't stay dead. He's the resurrection. And so we're like, wow, this is so amazing. It was amazing when it happened to Lazarus because he wasn't supposed to live again. But we expect it of Jesus. We ought to. He said, I am the resurrection and the life. I am. I am the life. The life that you think you've been living is not it. I am it. The truth that you've been seeking in all of these different ways, you're not finding it because I'm it. I am. I love that passage where Jesus says, before Abraham, before David, before Isaac, before, he goes through this line, he says, before all of them, I am. What a powerful phrase. See, I love this because Jesus does not live in the midst of our events. Jesus does not stay in our events. Jesus has not been waiting for Easter to come along so that you could have this moment. Jesus was with you yesterday. And he was the resurrection yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that, and on August 17th he'll be the resurrection. Tomorrow he's the resurrection. He is the resurrection and the life. And I think what happens is we get so caught, and I'm not making fun of like what we like to call Easter Christmas Christians. We do it on Sunday. I go to church every Sunday. You're having your event. You're just hopping event to event. Be careful. I'm not saying we all do that. I'm saying many of us do, and I know I've done it. And I have to say, even now in my current state, as I've been preparing today, I've realized that I've kind of done this. That I kind of live my life from Christian gathering to Christian gathering to Christian gathering to service event to service event. From Sunday to Sunday. From Sunday morning to Sunday night to Monday night to Tuesday night to Wednesday night. No small groups on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so I'm going to have to wait till Sunday again. Like that, I do that. I do that. I just kind of, from event to event to event, my relationship with Christ kind of comes alive when I connect to an event. But when that event's not around, when I'm in the privacy of my own home, and I'm just watching TV or I'm browsing the internet, it seems hollow. Because I'm waiting for that event, waiting for those M&Ms to be pastel so that they mean something to me. I have Jesus every single day, and yet sometimes I only tap into him on Sunday morning, or I only tap into him at this event because here he is, he's special, I can feel it, I got goosebumps. I'm going to partake in Jesus today, but tomorrow, it's the same old Jesus I can get any day. He's special on Easter. He's special on Sunday. We're so event-driven. And we're so caught on waiting to partake in eternity for some far-off event. When Jesus is the resurrection and the life. I just want us to think about that for a moment. We don't have any music. We don't have any time. You know what I mean? We don't have any of this stuff. We're just us. And I want to really take some time to meditate on what does it mean? What did Jesus mean when he said, I am the resurrection? That every day I should wake up and remember that the Jesus who is accessible to me right now is the resurrection and the life. I love Easter. I love the beauty of it. What Jesus endured for us cannot be fathomed. In all honesty, it cannot. I don't care how many times you watch Passion of the Christ, you cannot fathom what he experienced. It does a great job. You watch and you go, wow, that was a lot. Till you're in that skin and you feel what he went through and the stress that he must have felt, because he didn't go into this going, I hope it doesn't hurt. He didn't go into this going, maybe I'll just be numb to it. He went into it with full knowledge of what it was going to do to him.